So upper back thoracic extension is something that a lot of people, when they're sitting at the desk, struggle with, because when we're sitting at the desk, our shoulders tend to round and our shoulders internally rotate inside and our back starts to round. Now I've got a couple of exercises based on your own individual tools that you may have to help with improving that upper back extension through the chest. Now a good cue for you to recognize whether that you have good extension through your chest is that you'll raise your chest, and if you feel it, your chest raising up, like you're trying to pump your heart, that's a good sign. But if you try to do that and you feel your lower back, then we might have an issue with the spine being flexed and mobile. So what we have here is the peanut, and this is a great way to help massage that area in the upper back. So I've obviously shown you as if it was on the back side. So we don't want to be going to the lower back, we want to be on the upper back, to be able to help with that sort of relaxation of the muscles and help with that chest to be extended. So starting off here, we have a few tools also. So tools that will help increase and enhance that extension. Now some of the tools you may not have and may not be able to get hold of, but I'm just going to be sharing with you these tools that you can apply and add if you do end up getting these tools. But for most people, this peanut is something that most sports health stores will have. You just have to make sure that you look in the right places. So this peanut, they call it, is 2 balls you can get either side, and it's going to be acting as the middle part is to separate from the muscle from your spine. So we're going to be jumping on our back, gently placing the weight on the middle, and then finding that middle spot. And if you want to, you can actually distribute as much weight as you want on the ball based on how tight it is. We're just going to lean back and then allow ourselves, not too much like a foam roller to roll, but just play around in certain areas and just feel like our chest is extending through that position. If you want, you can then increase the ability to create extension, and that is through raising your arms above your head and start to then again massage in certain areas to help with creating more extension. Again, be aware of your breathing, and also if you get sort of, because generally people with poor posture will have poor neck alignment, their necks might get fatigued. So you may end up having to put your hands on your neck, on the back of your head, to help support your head. Other options to support your head is actually placing the block on the back, putting your back on there, and you can actually just massage that area with the block placing on the back of your head. Just remember that you're not trying to lean the head over, because that again helps focus on the neck rather than the back. So we want the chin tucked nice and in while you massage. Again, spending maybe 2 to 3 minutes on that, on different spots, playing around, is going to be very important. Playing with your arms, so that helps with increasing that extension of the chest. So what we've got here is things that can actually enhance that feeling of chest, for you to extend through your chest. Now option 1 is, if this is a PSO right tool, but the other option is using your block to mimic the same way this tool is. So we can place the peanut on top of the block. So it could be it can actually be books to mimic the same thing. So you place the peanut on some books or the block, and we are able to lay down. I'll just shift this out of the way. And repeat the same thing, but what this is also doing now is helping me get more extension through the chest so I can lean over. But then I've got to remember that I don't want to be arching my lower back. I want to try and place all the tension through my upper back. My chin stays tucked in rather than drop down, so we can keep that nice and aligned. We want that fatigue in the neck, because then essentially we're getting the neck to be stronger in this position. Again, if you feel like you can't handle the tension, you can place another additional block, or if you may have books and a block behind your head to help support your head, or you can put your hands behind the head to support. So just going to demonstrate exactly what, if you do see this on the internet or you see it promoted, it's exactly the same thing, but it's just helping you be more in position and you don't have to play around with the equipment. So as you can see, I can play around with different spots on this. Again, if I need the block. So it's pretty much the same tool, but used but more functionally, as you can do. Now the final thing is one of the parts where most people want to improve, like they've found that they're getting better with their extension, but now they want to improve their extension through their chest. And this is where we get the, they use it for yoga or Pilates. Now we can actually add 2 blocks to make it more of a height, as an example, or we could use a tool as mentioned at the start of the video. All these are just tools that if you've got, you can use. So with this one, we're trying to help with allowing ourselves to really see that that chest is opening out, and again keeping the chin in, and all we want to do is really just maybe pause and breathe and feel how your chest is expanding, and let that oxygen come into let the breath, the oxygen come into the body, because for some people it will be a new lease of letting air into the body. If you want to enhance, because most people that will go onto this will want to enhance their life more, going to advance, they can actually point their gun, point their fingers like James Bond, it's the best analogy, and then squeeze the arms and then pull the arms down to the ground to help insinuate more of a stretch through the back, the upper back, and really keep squeezing and stretching out that chest. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. And again, you can play around with that for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, because for most people that if they go on this, they've gone through this sort of cycle before they've jumped on that. Hopefully that was a good way for you to be aware of extending your back. Chest thoracic extension is the best term for you to say. Remember, if you have any feelings of lower back discomfort, automatically stop, reassess, rethink what might be going wrong, and maybe even better, try and drop me a DM. I can give you some feedback, so maybe on your technique. Hope that helped, and I shall speak to you soon.